Welcome to the GTU. I'm Barry Holmes. I'm a sponsor and I have the honor of hosting this event. The objective is to create a library of video modules that explain every facet of the exploration program. Golden Triangle is located in northwest BC. It's a prolific mineralized belt, and we're going to have some expert geologists that speak on the different programs that are happening in the Golden Triangle. This YouTube channel was created as a reference for geology students, but I'm sure it'll be of use to other geologists, career geologists, prospectors, and hopefully to prospective investors that want to learn more about the Golden Triangle and what happens up there. Exploration leads to development, and development leads to producing mines. Exploration expenditures in BC over the last 10 years have hit a record these past couple of years. In 2022, it was around $740 million was spent on exploration. 60% of that was spent in the Golden Triangle. It's a major contributor to the economy of BC, and inside the Golden Triangle, there's currently 2 operating mines, 16 advanced projects, and 6 past producers. If you split the Golden Triangle kind of in half here, most of the projects, active projects, are down in the southern half. So if we look at that area specifically, we're looking at 1 operating mine, which is the Brucejack mine, and there are 12 advanced projects inside that area, many of which we'll be featuring in our video modules, and there are 6 past producers in that area. One of the past producers is the Premier Mine, which originally opened in 1861, I believe it was, by the Guggenheim family, and it was a big producer of silver and gold. And that is currently owned by Ascot, and Ascot is in a process of bringing that back into production by having found new resources through exploration and modern day geophysics. So that mine hopes to be back in production in the first quarter of 2024, pouring their first Dory bar gold, and we hope to have that as a module for you in the future. If you're a geologist, student geologist, and you're coming out to camp for the first time, it's pretty simple. It's like a 3-spoke wheel. You arrive at camp. Camp has food and supplies to accommodate you. You grab your rock hammer and head out in the hills and make a discovery. For example, this geologist is out in the field in the Golden Triangle doing some sampling. A fellow by the name of Jeff Austin. He's a contract geologist. The theory goes, the geologist pounds some rocks, finds mineralization, helicopter flies in a diamond drill, spend a few $1 billion, build a mine, and that is what you call the creation of wealth. So if you took a wheel and wanted to understand how an exploration program works, you're just one of maybe 100 different cogs in that wheel, different spokes. So if you look down the bottom there, you'll see a light blue spoke, and that would be you. And if you make a discovery, I think they would probably take you to the top and give you a gold bar. But all the other aspects that are done in a planning program, we're going to try and cover those so that you'll understand the full spoke of the wheel. We're going to be featuring a lot of high-end expert geologists that are going to tell you about their programs. We're going to have something on First Nations that involves the relationships and engagement of the exploration companies. We'll feature some geosciences, because geoscience technology is always advancing, and there are times when it is extremely useful and works out 100%, and there are other times that it gives you some ideas of where you should be targeting your exploration, but it is not necessarily the complete answer. So there will be people that discuss that. But as an example, to bring the Ascot mine back into production, they were in an area that had overburden, so it was hard to find any exposure to do the sampling, but they had to drill out and find out where the faulted off extension of mineralization went. So they're kind of doing the best they could to understand the geology And they did find areas where they were into some really good gold values that were economic. And one of our sponsors, Riaz Mirza with Simcoe Geoscience, offered to do an IP survey over the areas where they knew they had hit gold. And sure enough, the IP survey identified that that would be a target. So after that, they decided they would get into doing a lot of additional IP surveys, and it's worked out really well for them. In other areas, it is helpful in targeting and understanding, but they will explain that rather than me. Other things that we deal with are assays. For some reason, assays seem to take a long time. So now we cross over to technology and innovation. Most projects have an XRF machine out there where they can take readings on what type of mineralization is in the core to get a pretty good idea of where they want to continue drilling or not drill. And that is very useful, other than the fact that it's not very good at identifying gold. But it does get copper, silver, and other indicator minerals. So if you're in a drill program and you don't know what your assay is going to be, do you continue drilling there or move to another one? And it has happened in the past where people have done a hole, sent the core out for assay. It's going to be 6-8 weeks before they get the results back. So they sent the drill at, which is very expensive to move a drill with a helicopter, but they moved the drill to the other end of the project, drilled there, then they got the assays back that the first hole actually was mineralized, so they had to hop back and try and get a couple more holes in before the season ended. So an XRF is quite helpful on planning your targeting. Other things we'll look at is diamond drilling. We'll go out there and visit some of the diamond drill operations and show you what they go through in preparing their drills and getting everything set for the summer. The major thing in camp is that you want to have a nice camp. So there's camp construction, catering, power supplies, fuel requirements. We'll look at helicopter operations, and we're going to try and get a short video on what's required in a helicopter drill move. And you can go down the list there, but that's basically what we want to try and bring together under the Golden Triangle University project. So if you hit something, it is not, I bought something, sold it to you. This is the creation of wealth. 2022, mineral production in BC was over $18 billion. So that goes into the coffers, taxes, employees. It ripples through the economy. One of the projects we want to look at is the Bruce Jack mine. It has identified 3.7 million ounces of gold equivalent, because there is silver components. But at $2,000 an ounce, that 3.7 million ounces would equal $7.4 billion. So there's obviously CapEx and development costs and everything else. It cost over $1 billion Canadian to put that mine into production with the remote location that it was in. A lot of helicopter requirements in building a power line and moving supplies in, plus they also brought supplies in by truck. But if it was a 1.4 billion estimated CapEx, then you created a wealth of $6 billion there that's going to go in the economy. The GTU was created for you. Membership is free, so we hope you will hit that subscribe button. When you see a video you like, hit the like button. As we go through these and you become a member of the GTU, go into the comments section, create comments on what you saw, create discussions, talk to other people that are on the board. Possibly the video presenter will check the comments and maybe add something, but if you've got serious questions, we'll try and find a way to get you an answer. But you'll also be able to discuss certain points with other geologists that will go on that section. And through that, you're going to connect with fellow members and discuss content that could help you build a priceless global network of contacts and associates and friendships. And these will serve you well in multiple ways as you develop your career. Without doubt, some of you will end up working together somewhere, possibly the Golden Triangle. So share what you learn and build those networks. This is a network I was involved in. This goes people that I've known for 20, 25 years, some I've known a few years, and they're from the Golden Triangle. So we decided we would get together and try and share some ideas, and maybe ideas that would help control costs and ideas on advancing exploration. Now, if you take that group, about 2/3 of it are people that are directly involved in the Golden Triangle. The service companies, exploration companies. The other third is stockbrokers from Toronto. So that gives you a pretty composite picture of how things work. We do the work, make the discovery, and they take a commission. What's different about that? No offense, Toronto, we do value what you do for us. This was a fishing trip that just kind of happened on the spur of the moment, but in the center of the picture there is Eric Sprott. He had asked me if I knew a good fishing lodge he could go to in the Haida Gwaii, formerly Queen Charlotte's. And in a previous life, in a different career, I was a helicopter pilot, and I was based on the islands there at Sandspit, and all the fishing lodges were our clients. So I said, here, I'll line you up with a fishing lodge, and they'll send you some information. So a year and a half goes by, and I'm talking to Eric, and I said, hey, how'd your fishing trip go? And he said, oh, I never made it. I said, man, you got to go. It's a wonderful experience. So he said, yeah, okay. He says, get a hold of him and book me something. So I did. It looked like maybe there'd be 4 or 6 of us going. And then the word kind of got out, and other people from the Golden Triangle that I knew wanted to come. So I just keep calling the lodge back and seeing if we could get another room, and it ended up with 34 of us. And Eric Sprott was our gracious host. We had a great time, and it was very serious networking to go along with some serious fishing. But it was from this network, this was a couple of years ago, but it was from all of us getting together as a network of friends and associates that want to help each other succeed, that I started coming up with the idea of the Golden Triangle University project. And as soon as I got a hold of many of these people, it was like they were fully supportive. So networking is extremely important in your career, and it's extremely important to making certain ideas and projects work. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. See you down the road in other videos. Thank you.